The hyperextension tape, it can be used for a few different things. It's usually a more of a comfort thing for someone that gives them a little bit of support in the back part of the knee. You don't want to, especially with our football guys, you want to make sure that you don't have them in too much flexion at the start, because then they get up and they can't extend to kick properly. Now, same thing again, you can go right around at the start. I'll do that now so you can see what I mean.
Normally they'd have a nice little finish off there. I'll just stick that there now.
Do you do any
roll of that's about $4 or $5.
Yeah, good point. I don't personally do a lot of rigid, but if you've been instructed to do rigid by a physio or some medical person that they need to do it, you basically do those 3 crosses in rigid through there. So you'd have an anchor, so there'd be an anchor still here and an anchor still here. You'd go strip, 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 which is exactly the same as what we did on this side. It's just basically going on the back of the knee. But the thing, as I was saying, like if you go too much with rigid, it's going to affect their function too much, and it's often they'll get up and they get, no, that's way too tight. So
Is that only when you're dressing the back?
Yeah, when you go to the back. The collaterals you have to have rigid. It's a non-negotiable. You have to have rigid. The back one, you don't have to. You can, and it really depends on the injury. So one of the things that you will do, so some guys will get the impingement, fat pad impingement at the front, and what that is they don't like to extend, so they don't like to kick through and get that whip back. So that'd be the perfect example of what you do with them. But that's only the last little bit of extension, so you don't want to be having them so they can only go to there. So you want them to be able to get nearly to full extension, but not hyperextend. Okay, so we want normal extension, we just don't want it to go into the hyperextension. And then you'd repeat this and keep going. Any questions?
So how many times do you go around?
I'd go 2. I'd go 2, yeah.
And then locking off in elevation.
And then same principle, just with your lock off.
Demonstrate the other one, and then
I normally lock off on one.
I've got an AC.
I don't normally lock off on a
Good.
vertical. So it's going around.